The FTC is charging Home Advisor with deceptive and misleading practices. Learn what you could avoid and capitalize too. This is my online toolbox providing weekly quick tips and reminders in all facets of marketing in the construction, remodeling, and home services industries with grow your business with more quality leads as the primary topic of online marketing, offering education, strategy, and implementation too. What we want to do is talk about this topic because it's recent, but not for us. Matter of fact, we had to go back and look at our original blog when we were in the marketing industry, and what we found is back in early 2013, we were already talking about this topic when it came to lead generation in general and how to not give away your identity. Repeat, how not to give away your identity. We want to get deeper into this, so please follow along because contractors have always unwillingly but legally have given away their identity to lead generation companies. The topic has morphed into it being even worse over a period of time, but we want to show that we were dedicated to this topic many years ago, and we're assuming that many marketing firms will quickly try to capitalize on the topic and figure out how to promote it to help them, but not necessarily be able to explain really what's happening. So again, back in early 2013, we were here reminding contractors about this issue. And what we did was we had to go deeper into our own blog. It's been so long to see that we even created a video to support this blog. And we were, at the time, many people realized that My Online Toolbox was working with thousands of contractors, predominantly on their estimating, invoicing, work orders, and we started to passively help people with their marketing at that time. And unfortunately, one of the first topics that came up when we were entering into the industry was us being distracted by the lead gen companies, and not necessarily what the perception of lead gen was, but what we were finding underneath the sheets that we couldn't believe people were getting away with. And that's what we want to talk about. Even if you look at the bottom, it said contractor lead generation legally is giving away website identity, and that is the topic which has now morphed into being worse over a period of time, and still, this many years later, it continues to propagate and too many contractors are exposed. This is what we're looking to talk about today. So during that time, we show that we morphed into a marketing firm, and we were teaching our clients how to get leads on their own and understanding the downside when using their business data generating leads and money to other entities. The biggest difference was, and always has been, is that with My Online Toolbox, we were never ever using a contractor's business identity in any misleading way. And that is something that is going towards the premise of this main topic when it comes to the FTC, because there's things that are sometimes legal but are definitely unethical and misleading. So we want to make sure people realize that we've been this way since the beginning, and we're not just riding the wave of some current news story to help our clients. And we've always believed that business should be a win-win for everybody with no ambiguity when money is still not exchanging hands going forward. We remind everybody to always read the terms and conditions before signing up to any of these services that sells leads, because similar to most people not reading the terms and conditions of a rental agreement when you're getting a car, there's a difference. You get the car, you return the car, and life moves on. The problem is with lead gen companies, as soon as you sign, if you don't read about what they intend to do with your content, starting with your company name, starting with your services, your target area, your reviews, and even your phone number, which may or may not be utilized inside their promotions, and you agreeing to have this information build up activity that may be generating opportunities for your competitors, you would never sign it. So please read the terms and conditions, because more than likely you would never click to accept it. But going forward, now here we are in March of 2022, and the activity has started again, that everybody's excited that the FTC is now actively investigating the scenario. But the reason why we at My Online Toolbox at the moment are not so excited is We were already doing this. Just in 2015, we have it all publicly posted on a very popular forum where the FTC was examining online lead generation, and we were talking about this. We were, one, educating the contractors and related entities of how it's really occurring and what not to do, and we were also reaching out to the FTC ourselves and actively supporting the topic, but we were met with silence. So maybe 7, 8 years go by, and now we're going to do a rinse and repeat and see what happens. But we want to remind people that in the beginning, we were even publishing about deceptive and unethical, perhaps unlawful, hard to prove, but definitely deceptive and unethical practices have propagated within this industry. And here we are today. Again, the FTC is now just simply repeating what we've actively promoted many, many years ago. So what we want people to do is look at this from both a negative, unfortunately, and a positive perspective. From a negative perspective, simply don't sign up. It doesn't matter really what you're going to say. The bottom line is the services are not designed to help you personally for the long term. You might get a little activity for the short term. We don't disagree with that. But the problem is what happens when you decide to disengage. So please consider that. Also, if you've already signed up, which is a very common topic. Hey, we signed up. We didn't really know what we were signing up for. And of course, we love the word free. So you started pounding away, signing up and putting all your information there, whether it's pictures, reviews, and whatnot. Stop providing any fresh content if you've already gotten started. You are a living, breathing marketing machine because you have so much activity of before, during, and after. You probably don't know necessarily what to do with it, but you don't want to help support a company who will continue to thrive with your information long after you stop using it, which is why the most positive topic is focus in on your own marketing. Marketing is not lead gen. Accept it. Simply put, marketing is not a lead gen service. So you have to look at it and take a step back and realize that many people don't know where to begin. They'll always start off with saying, well, how is it so easy for others? You have to remember it's not. Marketing takes a set of steps over a period of time, and then the residuals are ongoing but for life. We just last week, we're not going to get into this whole particular topic because you just have to go back coincidentally to the last week post, and we introduced a contractor, a remodeler, who went through a 1 year rebranding effort, and now they're doing fantastic. The whole story is wonderful. There were so many different topics that one could bring to the table. It really doesn't matter whether we're talking education, having a plan, setting up the actual website, getting all of the other auxiliary topics associated to it. But at the end of the day, which is, if you look at the bottom right, there was nothing deceptive as part of the process. Yes, it may have not been easy. Yes, it may have cost a little bit more than the contractor was considering. Yes, it may have taken more time to actually start making an impact, but deception was never part of the game, and that's what we want people to be aware of with the FTC. What is all of this noise going on, and do you want to be part of that noise as part of your long-term game plan? We don't want you to. We want you to remember that it simply is not easy, but it's not hard. You have to accept that marketing is not lead gen. Stop jumping on for the short-term answer, or you will get a short-term result, and then you have to realize that there's a lot of people talking about deceptive practices. Whether you understand it or not is irrelevant. In marketing, there's a lot of things that are not deceptive. They, yes, take longer to be able to embrace, but it does make the impact in your 1 to 5 year game plan. Reminder, don't sign up for any services. If you have already, stop providing any fresh content to go forward and just take a step back and focus in on your own marketing efforts for your long-term prosperity. Doesn't matter whether you have a website or no website. Education is part of this process, which will allow you to capitalize on your long-term objectives. This is My Online Toolbox reminding you to please like us on our Facebook page, subscribe to us on our YouTube channel, and remember to never start planning yesterday for next year's marketing and profits. Have a healthy week, and we will see you next week.